This is something people don't really talk about. Not because it never happened, but because the ones who went through it don't like remembering it. Today, I'm going to tell you 3 lockdown stories. Stories that start off normal and end in a way you won't forget. It was a Friday, last period, calculus class. That kind of day where nobody is really focused, everyone just counting down the minutes until the weekend. Even the teacher didn't feel like teaching, so instead, he opened a random quiz game online and let us play. People were laughing, shouting answers, just messing around. Everything felt normal, almost too normal. Then someone answered Adidas, and for some reason, that exact moment felt strange. A few seconds later, the loudspeaker turned on. At first, it was just static, that annoying buzzing sound you usually ignore. Then the dean's voice came through. But something about it felt wrong, like he was speaking too fast, too tense, almost like he was out of breath. "This is not a drill. Lock down immediately." And everything just stopped. No talking, no movement, just silence. Our teacher didn't even hesitate. He rushed to the door, locked it, turned off the lights, and told us to move to the back corner. We all moved fast, without asking anything, trying not to make a sound. Even breathing felt loud. A couple of minutes passed, or at least it felt like minutes. Then suddenly, the quiet humming in the room just stopped. The power went out. And that's when the feeling hit. Something was seriously wrong. Then we heard it, a scream coming from the hallway. Not normal at all. It sounded desperate, uncontrolled. One of the girls started crying, then another, and it spread fast through the room. Then came the footsteps, heavy, fast, getting closer. And then, bang! The lockers outside started shaking violently, metal hitting metal again and again, and then a voice screaming, "I'll kill all of you!" That's when the fear became real. The banging moved closer, from the lockers to our classroom door. One of the girls whispered, "No," like she already knew what was coming. Then the door started shaking hard, violent hits over and over. "Open up!" again and again. It felt like time completely stopped. And then it stopped. Silence again. The footsteps slowly faded away. We stayed there, frozen, not moving, not speaking, just waiting. Later, we were told a mentally unstable man had entered the school. He attacked the receptionist at the front desk, and nobody even knew if he had a weapon. Back then, there were barely any security systems, no cameras, nothing. They searched the entire building but couldn't find him. The most disturbing part came later. A janitor working night shift found him, sleeping inside a storage closet. And there were rumors that he had a .44 Magnum in his pocket. But by the time police arrived, he was gone. And to this day, nobody really knows what happened to him. I'm 22 now, and I work at my old high school, down in the basement, near the servers. It's usually quiet down there, almost too quiet. Then one day, a lockdown was announced. Someone had entered the school, possibly armed. I turned off the lights and stayed completely still. There was no real door, no proper place to hide. I just sat there in the dark, waiting. Then I heard footsteps coming down the stairs. Someone entered the room. I immediately hid under the desk, trying not to breathe. The room went silent. Then my phone buzzed, and that's when my heart dropped. The footsteps stopped, then slowly moved closer. I panicked, came out from under the desk, and someone grabbed my arm. A man, red shirt, red cap. He said he was hiding too. Then my phone buzzed again. A guy with a gun shot someone upstairs. Don't come up. I looked at him again, and something didn't feel right anymore. I ran. A gunshot echoed behind me. I didn't look back, I just ran. Police were already waiting outside, and they caught him immediately. But that sound, that gunshot, still stays in my head. That day didn't feel strange at first. It was early October, the sky was dark, and it wouldn't stop raining. We were in lunch, just sitting there like always, talking, eating, wasting time. Then, 4 loud bangs echoed outside. At first, I thought it was thunder. But then, everyone started screaming, all at once. And that's when it hit me. Something was wrong. Campus security rushed in, yelling, telling everyone to move, to get inside the multi-purpose room, now. Kids dropped their food, trays hitting the ground, no one even thinking twice. We just ran. The room filled up fast, way too fast. The place is huge, and the back wall is nothing but glass. You can usually see everything outside, but not that day. They covered the windows immediately, and there were adults standing at every exit. No one was smiling anymore. Something was seriously wrong. Eric went to ask what was going on. When he came back, he looked different, quiet. He said there was a man outside near the school, someone unstable. He locked himself in front of his house, and he was threatening to kill himself and anyone who came close. He'd been walking around the school earlier, just watching students in a way that didn't feel right. Then Eric said something else, something worse. The man was a registered sex offender. And that's when the room went silent. We stayed there for over an hour, but it felt like forever. Eventually, they started sending us back to class, one group at a time. Later that day, I found out something I wish I didn't. That man lived right next to my friend Brandy. She told me about something she saw last Halloween. She saw him standing at his window, cutting his own arm and writing in his own blood on the glass. "Don't come here, or I'll kill you." At the time, everyone thought it was just a Halloween act. But after that day, we knew the truth. And honestly, we were just lucky that he never got close to us. And that's it. 3 lockdown stories that sound too unreal, but somehow actually happened.